Alright, welcome back. Here I've got the layout with a few more odds and ends on it, a little more completed maybe. I certainly have more ideas going. I picked up a couple of new cars today, I'll go over those in a minute, but I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what I'm looking at. I've got more projects on the way, of course. I've got a couple things taken care of. I got my bottle opener in the catch, a sign that my girlfriend gave me for Christmas. I've got some more stuff hooked up. I got trucks for a car that's already weathered that needs to get updated. I've got some scale chain here. I'm going to start going over some stuff, cleaning it up. You can see I've got a little more green on the layout, trying to plot out where my trees are going to go, at least a fair idea of them. And here's one of the cars I picked up today. That's the new release of Athearn 50-foot ice bunk reefers. And they're very well detailed. I got mine for 20 bucks at my local hobby shop. There's a lot of good stuff on here, a lot of separately applied stuff. And sorry for the light. I literally have no lights right above. It's just to one side and the other. But you can see some of the hand applied details on this guy. Let's bring this over here. It's not even any better. But anyways, you can see some of the hand applied details on this guy. It's pretty nice. The only gripe I have for this guy, being as nice as it is, I'm not even sure what the list price would be. I got two of these, two different road numbers. When I was putting the couplers on, because I always put metal couplers on my stuff, specifically scale or semi-scale metal couplers, is the coupler boxes aren't much good. I actually had just a drop of white glue inside the screw hole, and then I put the coupler box back on so it would at least hold, because there's no threads in there, at least not in the two I got. So I just did that, quick easy fix. It seems to be working out just fine. I'm operating them here out of my little REA building, or transloading building. I'm using this for pretty much anything at this point, because it's about the only industry I have figured and planted on the layout. As you can see, it's very busy. But this is a SW1 Walther's train line. I got this for my girlfriend for Christmas. I have 862, which is its twin. It's in the case right now. I also have a Great Northern SW1. They're awesome little locomotives. The only issue is the coupler height. You can see right here. I've got a high shank coupler on it, and that just brings it up to height with the other couplers that are at NMRA height. That is a common issue on these. It's not a problem on everyone's layout, but if you go to a club layout or you've got some height differences in the track work that you're running on, that may be an issue. But it's something I took care of really easily. Just make sure you use the factory boxes, because the screws don't go as deep as they may need to on replacing them. So here's one of the other trucks I bought recently. I don't know if I put this in a video or not yet, but I posted it to Facebook. And here are a couple others I picked up. I just added the minor details to them. I'm going to add some more details to them later. What's nice is on both of these, the booms, or the booms extend and are fully functioning, and so are the stabilizers, which is really a handy function. And on the orange one, if you put the stabilizers out, you can extend that boom as far out as you want in any direction, and it'll hold. So we'll see. I don't really think I have a use for as far as this thing goes. But let me set it up here real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. So here you can see it fully extended. What's nice is that the stabilizers actually lock into place, so you don't have to worry about it wearing out and eventually just tipping over. So if you want it posed for something, you don't have to glue it in place. Although it doesn't sit perfectly flat, the stabilizers still do their job. With this guy, they're a little more finicky. They're not as well thought out. This truck was only $12.50. This one was, I think, about the same. It's got a piece or two missing. I'm going to look into maybe weathering these up and adding some details, rope, chain, stuff like that to them. Give them a little more realism. As you can see, I've got a lot of cars all over this place. maybe too many for this small of a layout with just 2 buildings that do anything. But you gotta figure it's a thriving railroad town. You get crew people coming in and off of the trains. You need at least a dozen people working that freight building. And then you've got, of course, the utility workers for the railroad. So I figured it'll keep them busy. If we go over here, you can check out my right building. You can see there's a party going on. That's some pretty nice cars, even Kennedy's there. Of course, gotta get some Star Wars. There are a bunch of figures that were released for the latest movie that really, really were close to HO scale. And I had to buy them. My dad's got a ton of Halo stuff in HO, or really close to it, and I've got these 2 for Star Wars, and they got a few other things, but of course it's all sold out. So go ahead and go to eBay if you like. You got 3 guys looking over the cliff. Got my black bipolar down there, not pulling anything right now, but just sitting. That's about it. For anyone who's asking, because this is the question I always get, is this going to go anywhere, do anything? Yes, it will eventually. When? I don't know, but it's there, because I wanted it there. If anything, it'll be there for just scenery. So I'll get to carving the river later when I know more about what's going on with the mountains. Otherwise, I may just leave this with just the one main line down here and not put a river in at all. So that's about it right now. I think the layout's looking good all over. Just trying to figure out what I want to do, take some pictures so I have them for later. Get the trees plotted out so I know what to do with the terrain. I want to really shake things up, put a hill over here somewhere so it's not just a flat, just go up a little bit. Same thing over there, add some more unlevel terrain to it. And I've got my little old people's club over here, which I'll move around from layout to layout, and the different areas on the layouts for all the caravanners, if you watch Top Gear or if you're from Europe. Otherwise we just call them just RVing, or little camper trailers. I'm going to start taking them to different places and having them as a big or a little convoy, and I think that'll be fun. But I've got some stuff to add to details of some of this stuff. I've got a GP60B Fox Valley with sound from a very good friend of mine. I'm going to add some details to that. And I think I'm going to start having fun. I bought some Salva set and some graffiti decals. Started doing up my modern stuff. And today is all about checking off my checklist, which is very long and has a lot of stuff to do. I've got the tunnel portals as a donation from my father, because he's got extra tunnel portals apparently that are plenty wide to fit just about anything I want through. Excess height cars, 85 foot or even longer cars. I can put my overhead catenary through it. Obviously a tunnel's not going to be this small, it's going to go over ways, but again, that's all stuff that's got to get hammered out. So until next time, take care and happy model railroading.